Yeah, I mean, basketball is the only sport of all of them you can flip a switch. I've seen it my entire life. It doesn't matter if you're at the YMCA and you're just kind of dogging it, and then all of a sudden the team comes up that's got 2 former Division I players. You're like, all right, now we balling. Now we're locking up. In baseball, I can try harder. I can't hit your curve. In football, I can try harder. Quarterback doesn't have protection. In basketball, I can go, flip it, because basketball is so much about effort. It's such an effort sport. I think they'll flip a switch, drive through the East.
Well, listen, what you don't want to do is what the Cavs are doing. They're spreading hope right now. By their struggles and other teams starting to play well, Indiana's starting to figure things out. Washington certainly has. Your man John Wall having a career year. Listen, they're spreading hope. And so that trading deadline is 17 days away. One of these teams may catch some hope and say, you know what, we should go out and maybe acquire a player. Maybe the Cavaliers are vulnerable. I think they are a bit vulnerable, the Cavaliers. I think, as it relates to this Carmelo situation with the New York Knicks, I think Phil Jackson is trolling LeBron James. I think Frank Izola's report is legitimate. I think it comes...
You think it's true?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think Phil Jackson told him that, and Frank has a reason to believe it, and he's stirring discontent and chemistry problems in Cleveland with the mellow Kevin Love.
The Cavs thrive on discontent.
Yeah.
You know, notice
really?
Notice what they've gone on a winning streak since LeBron started talking, right?
Yes.
And yesterday's game, that was Washington's first home loss in 18 games.
Right.
So they had won 17 straight. So even though it was a close game, whatever. I mean, Cleveland still beat them at home.
Great.
Hope only goes so far. I can hope I can beat Cris Carter in a 40-yard dash all I want. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. And these teams, you mentioned a trade in the trade deadline, that's what they need to do to have any chance to beat Cleveland. Only way Cleveland doesn't get out of the East is if LeBron gets hurt. That's it.
Also, the shot last night wasn't a lucky shot because when you turn over your left shoulder and you're that far away from the bucket, you have a better angle banking it in than you try to make a swish.
Thank you.
You know,
lucky shot.
And it's about 3.
It's still kind of lucky.
But wait a second. But it's about 3 feet 2 away from LeBron's from his sweet spot as far as what he prefers. He prefers the long diagonal.
You're distracted, Chris.
No, I'm not.
Distracted you with luck.
The long diagonal 3-pointer, so it wasn't luck.
Are the Cavs a lock, brother?
No, they're not a lock because if you look at the last 2 years in the playoffs, look what happened to Steph, all right? He got nicked early in the playoffs. If they get any one of their 3 stars nicked, they're going to have problems coming down the stretch. 2 years ago, we know what they had. They had a couple injuries, so they're one injury away from being...
So you think if Love or Kyrie gets hurt, they can't win the East?
They're not no lock. The question was, were they a lock? You got to... They posed the question.
I mean, Washington is a nice little team.
Are we forgetting...
Boston is a nice little team.
Are we forgetting how good Cleveland was last year? By the way, Kevin Love at the end was kind of a mess last year. He had a good game 7.
A mess.
He was a mess. Kevin Love's playing great. 20 and 11, hitting threes, rebounding up. Tristan Thompson was incredibly important in a couple of big games in the finals, in the Eastern Conference Finals. Steph was outplayed by Kyrie.
You sound like David Griffin. You don't sound anything like LeBron because LeBron James says they need a player.
Well,
you sound like
he's saying a backup player. He's not talking about to get out of the East. He's saying to beat Golden State.
They were suffocating Golden State last year at the end of that series. They won twice there. And for the record, because we've all marginalized LeBron to, if you win finals, you're a bum, I would argue, you know how everybody's tired of the NFL preseason? To some degree, the regular season for LeBron is his NFL preseason. He's getting to the playoffs. Why expend all the energy?
Love LeBron James, one of the greatest players of all time, certainly the greatest player right now. But he can also get nicked mentally. We've seen, it's part of his DNA. We've seen him have problems in Cleveland, in Miami. If things emotionally get unstable for a team, it can linger with him. And again, my deal was, you spread enough hope, someone may make a move before the trading deadline, and you got a problem.